Welcome back to Gamify This, the podcast game show featuring the artist, Samuel, the gamer, Sean, the nerd, Puzzle. Join us as we compete to come up with the best gamified solutions to our daily experiences on Gamify This. Welcome back to Gamify This, the podcast game show. I'm Puzzle, today's host, and these are the co-hosts, Sean and Samuel. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
That sound is not being picked up on the microphone. It was like...
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that.
Sean, are you going to introduce yourself today?
My name is Sean.
You need to be closer to your microphone.
My
We're
name
gonna have
is
some
Sean.
trouble tonight.
As you can see,
I
Sam
said
and
my
are
name
in
is
the
Sean.
As you guys can see, Samuel and I are in a new location. We have moved house since the last episode. In fact, it's been many months since the last episode. We might be...
Don't pause every time he barks or else you're gonna be pausing all night.
Well, the thing is I can hear myself over your microphone, so I'm just kind of tripping over myself to begin with. We might be a little out of practice because it's been months since we've recorded, but it shouldn't be a huge problem. We'll get back into it. Right, Sean?
You said it should be a huge problem, so now
It
I'm ready enough.
It should not be a huge problem.
Something fun today. Puzzle sent an email to an old coworker of mine who asked me to do caricatures for his wedding. What? My hair.
Who asked me to do caricatures, immediately made a mohawk for his wedding. Hey, he's Mr. Clown Hair.
But I'm looking Mr. Clown Hair for the rest of the evening.
I actually had a very productive day today. I did my new part-time job that I do from home. I actually got up at a decent time. I made money. I organized the house a bit because we just moved in. Yesterday, in fact. Started unpacking stuff, organizing stuff. Samuel, I put all your DVDs and CDs on the shelf thing that we have those on. And I started mounting controllers next to the TV. So I had a pretty good day. And I did some shopping and spent more money than I made today.
Cool.
Sounds like the kind of thing I would do, and I thought you were gonna be the difference here.
Well, see, I make this much money, and I spend this much money. You make this much money, and you spend this much money. Sorry, Captain!
Well, that didn't used to be a problem.
Sean, how was your day?
Horrible.
Oh,
Do you care to elaborate on that? Because I feel like it's going to affect our whole evening and gaming experience if we don't.
Yeah,
get
I'm
this off
scared
your
of that.
chest.
I'm scared of that. I woke up at 12 and I was like, this is
Sean,
it.
Your version of a morning is very different from my version of a morning.
I haven't even gotten 2 sentences in and I already feel sad
Depreciated.
because you said that.
I'm sorry.
Samuel, be more respectful.
Anyway, I woke up way later than I wanted to. I missed a work day at church that I was hoping to go to and see people and do stuff there. And then watched YouTube for 2 or 3 hours and didn't eat anything and didn't drink anything. And then I had indigestion last night, so I was thinking about that, and that was actually making me feel worse because I was thinking about it. And then I got down into this, and then all of a sudden I was like, wow, I don't actually do anything productive, do I? And it was down into the mental
Here's
spiral.
the thing. Your data input for being a good person, being a productive person, is your most recent memory of yourself, which was today, which was, as you said, a bad day.
That's
So
right.
It's an unfair conclusion to make if that's the only data you're working with.
So here's something I want you to know about yourself, Sean. You are another human being, and we all have flaws. And sometimes those are the easiest things to focus on. You gotta sometimes listen to affirmations from other people to realize what you're doing that is that makes you so fun and unique and original. And sometimes you just have to hear that from other people. What you have yourself is a personality that we like. That's why we have you on this podcast with us. And we get to do fun things like this. You teach me so much about guns and explosions and things like video games that I've never really been interested in. And you're the person who shares that stuff with me. I hope that's positive for you. Do you need some affirmation before we move forward? Because that can help. Like,
Maybe. There was more to how bad it was, though.
Oh yeah, keep going.
I kind of felt like all of a sudden it came down on me. Like, I mostly just do video games and do school, and that was upsetting to me because it's like, right now, I don't make money, I don't do projects, I don't, and the list goes on. But I was thinking, like, I'm coming into adulthood, and it's just really weird to think, like, a century ago, I probably would have chopped down 30 trees and hauled 2,000 cinder blocks somewhere and stuff like that. Like, that's not exactly true, but
Cinder blocks didn't exist.
yeah, cinder blocks.
and nobody
didn't
wants to chop through those. That's just...
I mean, I just don't feel active in general. I'm active mentally, but I've talked with Mom and Michael about fencing lessons. That might be a good avenue
I'm
for
looking
it.
forward to that.
And you do axe throwing too, right?
Every now and then, yeah.
That's cool. I just discovered axe throwing place near here. I just kind of walked in and was like, what is
Ooh.
this? And then I saw people throwing axes. And I'm like, that's what this is.
Yeah, it's like a walk away from here, isn't it?
It's in the meadow gold building, like the one that has the huge neon sign on it.
Anyway, I was feeling that way. I texted one of my friends, and I was like, one of my friends that I felt like I've been drifting with, and I was like, hey, I feel like we're drifting. And he was like, well, you know, I am in college, and that's how it goes.
So that
And-
made you hopeful.
No, that sounded a little blow offishly.
Yeah. I said, you know, I understand. And, you know, I just hope I don't lose you. And I said, maybe
No. How did you take it? Not how did you respond. How did you feel?
I was getting to that.
Mm.
It did feel like I wasn't a priority anymore, because one of the things that I noticed was that he said, I'm really driven to do this, and it's not that I don't value your friendship, our friendship. But he only said that once, and then he was like, I've never felt better anywhere else than here, and you know, this is super hard, and I just don't have time for a lot of things anymore.
Well, hopefully he doesn't listen to this podcast.
I'm okay if he does. And then I came downstairs and getting ready for the podcast and stuff, and Mom was like, hey, I'm a little concerned about you getting your school done this week. And I'm like, yeah, me too. She was like, I know you'd like to just go hang out in the woods somewhere. And I was, yeah, that would be nice. I don't want to be here. So I've just felt very bad today.
Well, Sean, I have actually been on a journey, and I know you've been on a journey too, but I kind of been tracking your journey across these Gamify This episodes. And I know that, like, your main mission, like the game that you were playing right now, is becoming a player character versus a non-player character, right?
Taking control.
Taking control. And you're like 1 star away from getting an award that I've been working on that you can use in your background for this podcast and for any of your gaming videos. It's a big controller shaped cardboard cutout that says self-controller on it. Because you've been
Nice.
working on taking back control. That's been like that's your power up. That's how you play the game. And every time you've come to this, that's been your mission to... I mean, I'm not saying, like, you've won the game yet. I just know you're playing the game. You're working on becoming more active, and you're becoming actively aware of the world around you and your existence within it. And so I think it's important for you that you just keep going on this journey and that you keep being honest about it. And, I mean, just keep making a game out of these day-to-day circumstances. Because next game you tell me about, like, that's going to be your final star and you get the award.
Do you mean the next game that I play in real life?
The next thing that you make a game out of. That's you've come further than Puzzle has. And that's what this podcast is all about. It's about making your life more interesting, making you feel more empowered, making your life a little bit more fun, and giving your life more purpose. So,
You are currently in a stage of life where your energy and brain and focus and everything should be going towards building yourself where you're at. And where you're at is high school, which is incredibly difficult and challenging in its own way. You're teaching your body and your brain and your patterns, like how to handle situations, even though a lot of the stuff seems purposeless and mundane and boring and annoying. It's teaching yourself how to learn. It's teaching yourself how to make patterns and teaching yourself how to stay sane. Like, one of the classes that doesn't have a name or a grade is sanity. Like,
Yeah.
that is one of the things that you have to do going through school. And a normal person, school is going to take everything out of them. Fewer and fewer high school people like have a drive to do things. Granted, like less people are actually doing school, but the people who do school, who do put energy into doing school, don't have the energy to put into a side, like a part-time job or creative projects, stuff like that. It's abnormal to try to make yourself be multiple people at once, especially at a younger age. Maybe part of it is you're comparing yourself. I'm not like saying anything. I'm just making hypotheses.
Hypothesis.
I've always been an extremely ambitious person. I'm always making things. I'm always trying things. I'm always doing new things. And that's unusual. And I am always failing at all of them. And that makes me more excited to try the next one. But that doesn't make me someone or a type of person to compare yourself to. Samuel as well. Like, he has his own drives and ambitions with art, trying to do that on top of having a full-time job. And like, whoever else,
full-time job that is really bad.
Yeah. Whoever else you compare yourself to and compare your situation to, they have an entirely different life, an entirely different circumstances, and years and years and years of their own patterns and situations and like cause and effect, cost analysis, pros and cons. You know, like, we all have our own different ways of processing things. So if it's a matter of feeling like you aren't achieving as much as other people around you, I'm not saying you're comparing yourself to me or Samuel. Those are just examples. Even if you're like comparing yourself to everyone in general, it's not fair. You are yourself. And having a day is a really big accomplishment. Even a bad day. A bad day isn't a failure. You learn stuff from it. You learn how to not have it again. You know?
I think that was well said, Puzzle. One thing I've been thinking about a lot lately is...
You don't have to cry.
Oh, no, I was just... I've been having a lot of problems with my voice lately.
It's because you're crying too much.
Or holding back crying. I mean, maybe not crying enough. I've been real upset about a lot of stuff lately. Something I've been thinking about a lot lately is how much I like playing games with friends. And in the moment that I'm playing the game with my friends, like, I get so frustrated if I'm losing, or if I'm not the one in the lead, or if I was one in the lead and I fall behind or something. But when I look forward to it or back at it, I'm like, I'm just excited that I played that game, or that I was going to play that game. And so sometimes you have to have a broader scope of it too, when it comes to, like Puzzle said, the challenge of having a day, the challenge of getting up and doing all, like, there's so many levels in each of these days. I think gamifying each tiny little aspect of the day has helped me realize that the days are packed, like, and we're not promised a single day. We don't, in my mind, we don't necessarily deserve any of what we're given. And so, like, we get to enjoy so much if we have the mindset of just recognizing how much good we have. I'm not saying, man, you should be more grateful. I'm just trying to help you be a little more hopeful.
Yeah.
And just get a kind of a broader view of noticing the things that have been good. Because in retrospect, you look back at high school, and it's like impressionistic art. You look back at it, you're like, wow. And that's how I look at high school, too. Like, it was just as frustrating for me as this phase of life. I've just made it to a further level. Not necessarily a higher level, but a further level.
Often, like, the farther you get away, the better it looks.
Many times. But high school was rough. I felt like I had no friends. I felt like I was in a constant battle to make friends. And I just couldn't keep any of them. And that was my biggest challenge. I'm feeling like I could even make it because like I was different. But it was, I mean, I look back at it and I'm nostalgic for so much of it. I remember these moments. I'm like, man, I wish I enjoyed that a little more. Like that time that we stood on the steps in another country and looked at a sunset. Or, you know, in the moment, I was thinking about how sweaty I was or how heavy my backpack was and that kind of thing. But in the moment that I was doing those things, like, I look back at it now, I was like, that was a beautiful moment. And I was excited because I never knew what the next thing was going to be. I was terrified. Like, going to Europe and knowing that I had to lead some tours for all these people, many of which weren't my friends, some of which I was trying to make friends with.
Yeah.
Did you have to lead people as an expert?
They took turns.
Yeah, we took turns. It was a research and development kind of thing. And it was that's such an awesome way to learn, like to be there and to be an expert about the place where you are that you've never been before.
You're like, and through this archway, through this archway, wow, it's really cool.
And if you look carefully, I'm like, oh, I just felt like such an expert.
If you're new here to the podcast, that was all just the beginning segment of us warming up, talking, getting things off our chest. We're about to go into the main segment, which is where I, the host, bring to us a topic, and the other two compete to come up with the best gamified solution for that topic.
Our daily experiences
In Gamify This. One problem at a time.
And this week, you guys will be gamifying gaming.
Oh!
I need you guys to come up with a good gamified approach to gaming. And this is specifically video games.
You didn't think this through, did you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
I have a document in front of me. I'll give you guys 6 minutes.
Procrastinating. I just realized that.
Huh?
Procrastinating.
Yeah, it's a fun t-shirt.
Wait. I've never read this shirt. I thought it said procrastinating.
He's being naked.
I've had this shirt for months. And I thought it was just the word procrastinating.
I know. It took me 5 minutes to realize it didn't say procrastinating.
Okay. 6 minutes later. Ding, ding, ding.
That was more
6
like
minutes is up.
60 minutes later.
6 minutes later. Ding, ding, ding. The timer is up. Samuel, Sean, pick a number between 1 and 3. 3, 2, 1, go.
1.
3.
The number was 3. Samuel, go first.
Okay, so gaming is pointless, but you can make it make a point. Gaming doesn't have to be pointless. Find an element of your life that you enjoy, like marketing or creating or sharing something that you made or want to sell. And so I take whatever game I'm playing and I try to make it interesting to myself. Now here's the point. Somebody asks me to make a game in this game, okay? This game is called Falsify This. In Falsify This, you want to pretend to be a gamer. You want to pretend to be really good at it. You want to pretend you really enjoy it. So, here's how you prepare. First, get yourself into a mindset that will enjoy the game. Prefabricate it based on some element of your life that you already enjoy. And that's what you have for enjoying this game. Take the color elements, the gaming elements, the story elements, and say, yeah, I like this because it's like so-and-so, and this reminds me of so-and-so, and make that the filter that helps you filter your emotions through this game. So, here's how you prepare. You make a character. You've got to do character customization. So I customize a character for myself, and I say that I'm Bacon Snacks, this amazing gamer who is so great at gaming, so passionate about gaming, so into gaming. He's basically a game himself. I've created a character. Practice what you know. Take those elements of your life that you're very familiar with and integrate them into the game so that you're like, yes, this is something that I know. I know how to do platforming. Then do research. Research other gamers. You've got to research more than one, and they've got to be very different from each other so that someone's like, nah, he's just pretending to be Markiplier, or he's just pretending to be Puzzle MTM. Make your own character based on a few different... Don't interrupt. Based on a few different gamers. And then you play this game in phases. So you've opened it up, you're streaming, there's people watching you, and you're like, okay, I'm going to introduce myself in the first so many minutes of this game. You have a set amount of time that you're going to play this game for, and time is important. You got 3 phases. You got to introduce yourself, you got to have a checklist of things that you're going to say throughout the game. If you're like afraid that there's going to be too much silence, have something that you say. Have a list and start checking those things off.
Sean's kind of really loving this.
And then as you wrap up your game, make every ending a boss level. I don't care if you've just opened up a new game and you've spent 10 minutes just playing the first part of it. Convince people that this is wrapping up as a boss level. That's the 3rd phase. Now, overall, you've got to know that timing is an element. Gamers are timely, punctual, and well-paced. And so every time that 3 minutes passes, quickly interject something completely different. Make the game different. Again, I don't care if you're in level 2 or if you're in the same level struggling just as much. Make it different, make it new, renew it. And every time you do that, you get a different viewer impression, a unique view. And so a unique view is important. In a 10-minute game, every 3, you're gonna get 3 new unique impressions. Or in a 30-minute game, you're gonna get 10 unique viewer impressions. You get the picture. So, introduce yourself and the game well. Have a checklist. Introduce Bacon Snacks as my character. Introduce your game well. You know it really well because you know these elements of your life really well. And make every ending a boss level. So, make gaming interesting by basing it on your own life.
So just to clarify, when you're talking about viewers and streaming and all that stuff, are you being literal or figurative?
Literal.
So every person in the world who wants to game needs to create a Twitch account and set up OBS and stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or not, whatever the streaming thing is. It's not OBS for me right now. It's
Streamlabs. Yeah.
Whatever's going to be in the future. For me, I just got to imitate what matters and make a game mechanic to make it interesting. And that's how I play Falsify This.
Sean, your turn.
Yes, I am ready. This game is called Slope. A little gaming can heal or harm. So, the basis of this game is you have a slider that you look at. Gaming is a slippery slope. And you are a little dot, and you want to make sure you're on the right side of the slope, not going down into the abyss of addiction and upsetness. The whole goal of this game is to keep you out of the ditches and improve the way you look at the world and the way you can do things. So the points you're looking for are HP, XP, and stamina points for your real life character, for your real life person and life experiences. Every time you play this game, you play a gaming session, and there are 4 different things for each session. You want the decision, the selection, the action, and the assessment. The decision level is when you are like, I'd like to game, and you choose when to do that, or even if you want to do that, because sometimes you want a game because you're upset or stressed and you want to let some stuff out, or you just want to game because you have time to kill. And this is when you make that decision. This would be good for me to play, or it would be good for me to game right now. The selection level is when you're selecting your game. And this, you want to look at your mood and stresses and vulnerabilities. If I'm very vulnerable to playing a certain game for hours and hours and hours and hours and ruining the rest of my day, I don't want to play that game right now unless I have a day off. Or if I'm really stressed, I can be like, oh, I just need to let it out and play a really aggressive game, or I could be like, I'm about to panic, I need a relaxing game. And that's when you choose what kind of game would be best for you. HP is your ability to resist, this is all mental by the way, mental harm through life experiences. XP is the ability to do things, especially to do new things, or to approach difficulties with a renewed mind. And stamina is the ability to remain positive and joyful while you're struggling. So you made your decision about the game, and the action level is where you make sure that you're still having fun. Look at all the stuff you've been doing, or if you don't need to do that, get immersed in the game and forget about stuff for a little while, particularly if you've set a timer in the selection level. Again, this depends on your needs. If you go into it feeling stressed, keep an eye on your stress level. Make sure you're not upsetting yourself, because I particularly have a problem with that. I'll just play a game until I'm raving mad. That's because I forgot to check what was going on under the hood. And the assessment level is when you look back at that and you're like, did I make a good decision with the game? Did I have fun? That's one of the most important ones. And what kind of fun was it? Was it the fun where it was fun then, but I'm way behind school now, which takes away points from you. So you can actually hurt yourself by gaming if you do it at the wrong time, but you're rewarded if you do it at the right time. So the assessment level is figuring out what was good and bad about that gaming session and putting it into the next session. And each gaming session will affect your meter, keeping you out of the slopes, out of the ditches. If you did a bad gaming session, it'll show you your dot moves a little bit farther into this on the other side of the mountain. But if you had a good one, it remains stable, and that's the most important thing, is to remain stable while having fun and benefiting your future, and that is slope.
Very good.
I guess I just have a very two-dimensional way of thinking, or like platform way of thinking, so I get really confused.
You don't have a lot of experience with gaming.
Yeah, like what the heck?
I mean, like, I don't know what I would do if I was told to gamify art. I don't know what the struggles are.
Okay, well, I really like both of you guys' games. Sean, you have 20 points. Samuel, you have 21 points. Currently, Samuel is in the lead. I have a point metric system that I'm not sharing with you guys because I don't want either of you to have an unfair advantage. But I am judging fairly, and currently Samuel's in the win. It is now time for a pop quiz! The time of the show where we ask you guys in the audience to vote on the quiz that I am going to read to you in a second. It's a multiple choice quiz. If you're on Spotify and you're not currently driving, you can pick up your phone. It doesn't work on the laptop or game consoles or computer, but on your phone, go to the episode that you're listening to, scroll down, and there is a pop quiz right there. I'm going to ask the people here who are on the show, but you can participate as well, According to the experts, what should your daily what should your daily gaming time limit be? A, 1 hour. B, 3 hours. C, 5 hours. Or D, 7 hours. Before either of these people blurt out their answers, you put your answer in Spotify, hit submit. It's non-refundable. You better do a good job. Okay. Pop quiz is over. You better have submitted your vote because I'm about to give away the answer.
I did my answer.
Samuel and Sean, do you have it locked in?
Yes.
Written down somewhere so you can't lie about it. Okay. Samuel, what was your guess?
3.
3 hours?
3.
Both of you guessed 3 hours. The correct answer is C, 5 hours. According to the experts, that's what your daily gaming time limit should be. According to study, people who gamed between 1 and 3 hours had a positive outlook on their overall mental health. This is compared to people who did not game. It said that there was no difference after 3 hours, and after 5 hours, the people tended to become more irritable or stressed or annoyed when they couldn't game, kind of like an addiction.
So 3 hours is ideal.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 hours is the limit.
So basically 0 to 1 hour, not really much difference. And then 1 to 3, it's about level. Or between 1 to 3, it goes up. And then between 3 to 5, it's level. And then after 5, it dips back down.
But if we're gonna look at that, it's gonna be like, we think limit, we think what you should shoot for. Because when you think speed limit, it's ideal to go 65 on the highway. We've just completely, I mean, you'd think that means it's ideal to go 50 to 45 on the highway, but that doesn't make any sense because all the other cars are going 65. So, but in this case, between 3 and 5 is ideal, the ideal range. After 5, you're not living your best life.
And I tend, I can barely even get myself to game for 3 hours in a given day. I tend to be in the 1 to 3 range.
So I'm a app gaming person. I realized I am a gamer, but I really like to be educated, and I find that real fun. It's a different kind of gamer, you know. We're all. It's dynamic, you know. Mm-hmm. But I'm a big app person. I like to play Elevate, Toon Blast, Duolingo. Dating apps. I forget why I'm doing it. I just enjoy swiping and finding different personalities, I guess. Snapchat and Be Real because I have to.
You don't have to.
It just helps me stay connected to the people around me.
Anyway, so yeah, that is a pop quiz. Apparently, according to Oxford, the recommended daily limit is 5 hours.
It helps me when I'm working on a project. I was recommended professionally by the school I was thinking about enrolling into for animation that in my preparation that I space myself out, listen to white noise or like classical music, and really lock in to what I'm doing for like 2 hours. And like have a certain number of hours. It was recommending 5 hours a day for study and projects. And so I was like, okay, I'm not in this school. I changed my mind about that, but I want to still instill that plan of 5 hours a day on my projects. Whether it's studying for them, preparing for them, storyboarding, or actually animating or recording, that I'm dedicating 5 hours a day and see how much that changes me. And then only do 15-minute breaks. I can do as many of those 15-minute breaks as I want, but they have to cut off at 15 and I have to get back to it. So, I mean, those interruptions, I have to pause the timer and start the other one. But it was making me more successful in making the anxious song.
All right. Now it's time for a Q&A, real quick. And by Q&A, I mean question and answer, not quality assessment.
I never think quality assessment.
Underneath, I know, I don't know why I felt like saying that. Underneath the Spotify
Underneath your seats.
episode. Underneath the Spotify episode, right where the poll is, there's also a Q&A section. And Right there in beautiful letters is written, tell us about a time when a gaming session helped you unload some mental/emotional baggage. I'll just say, during quarantine, I got my Xbox basically right before quarantine, about 5 months before quarantine started. And before I got my Xbox, I never really had gaming in my life aside from Flash games in browsers or gaming at Sean's house. I didn't really have access.
And I would slap you and be like, "You are horrible at all these games. Why are you here?"
And it's because I'd let you win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got my Xbox and I immediately bought Xbox Game Pass because I was like, it's time to culture myself in games. And in quarantine, there were a few games that were like incredibly important to me. Celeste was very important to me emotionally because it's about overcoming something in your life. And it's an allegory that you can apply to whatever you want. It's a game about climbing a mountain and getting to the top, and it's very cathartic when you get to the top. And you can apply whatever you want to it. You can apply anxiety, depression, maybe trauma that you want to put behind you, something you can. It's like a variable that you can give a value to. And it's very cathartic. It's very good.
I enjoyed watching that one because I couldn't figure out what she was going through, and you were like, "Oh, you know," I'm like, "I don't know." You're like, "That's it." You don't know what her challenge is and why it's so important to her to climb this mountain and what internal battle she's having. I'm like, "Oh, I spent so much long game trying to figure that out," but I realized you were getting emotional while you were playing it in the video. So I'm like, "Was that a tear puzzle? What's going on?" And I started like getting emotional watching it. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, even though the dialogue is very limited, it strikes an amazing balance between vague and applicable. And it's a game that I'd recommend anyone. It has a ton of accessibility settings. You can turn on infinite lives, infinite boosts, invincibility, so you can just experience it without the challenges of it. But overcoming the challenges is a big part of it. So if either of you have any,
if you want, Samuel.
Oh, sorry.
I have one. I just don't know if Samuel has one.
Go ahead, Sean.
One of the seriously hard days of my life was when my cat died, and my brother, he was spending the night because we knew ahead of time when she was gonna die. So he came over and he brought his computer and stuff. He set up his computer in my room and we played Enlisted. We had set it all up. There was not a lot left to say, but we just kind of sat there in the room together. And then as we were playing the game, we started saying things about Shadow that we liked. And that, yeah, I loved being with someone for that to happen. And I don't always have the deepest relationship with my brother, but when I do, it's really, really nice. And we've always been, there for each other without a lot of words. And one of the ways we do that is through gaming. And when I play with him, it often helps me relax because, I know his voice and I know who he is.
For me, it's Lego Island Extreme Stunts. It's like a world that I live in, partly like outside of this world, but it takes me deeper inside it. A lot of work must have gone into the making that game, but like my favorite level...
Which game?
Lego Island Extreme Stunts. You've never played it.
Oh, is it a Lego game?
That's why it's called Lego Island Extreme Stunts.
Oh.
So anyway, you're able to go around and talk to people, to other Lego characters. It's inside a Lego world, so everything is Lego. It's all the charm and joy. I was happy when I watched the Lego movie because it didn't take away from any of that, even though it was made so much later. Just the charm and self-awareness of the Lego world, and just like everything works in a Lego way. The blocks and everything. You have a radio when you're running around or skateboarding around or driving a car, and you're just listening to these Lego songs. There's Lego news. You're able to change what station, whether it's like rock or classical or that, but it's all Lego related, and it's all like this little brick sounds, and it just, especially in the summertime on Saturdays, I just like pull up YouTube and I listen to the Lego Island Extreme Stunt soundtrack. There's different people have recordings of it. But the one I really like is Wave Catcher, because no other game has ever made me feel like I'm on top of water. And you can get going really fast, and sometimes I like wrecking because I splash into the water and you just see all the blue and everything.
You fly off the speedboat.
The game, like if you were to play it today, you're like, oh, this isn't so great. But I'm like, that's how I feel about games that come out now. It's like, they're not that good because they're not this. Like I've tried to play other Lego games that come out recently, and they don't bring as much joy and fulfillment to me. But it just makes me think about different times in my life and times that I enjoyed, especially hanging out with Puzzle and doing that together on Saturdays. And that's why Saturday is always our game day.
I want you to look at your game and see how you can improve on the physical aspect of things. Oftentimes, gaming is associated with just chugging down an energy drink, being a little blob on a chair, sitting shrimp style, breaking your back. How you can intersperse physical activity either through, beginning, after, during gaming. And this could be really simple. I want to see what each of you might have toward this. All right, Samuel, you seem more ready than Sean.
Bacon snacks falsify this gaming experience. It's important for Bacon Snacks every time he gets ready to put on his gaming persona and really set up and start playing a game and streaming it for people to watch, that he gets his gaming environment set up, that it's a nice, pleasant, happy place. He turns on music while he sweeps the floor, dusts off the computer desk, makes sure there's nothing extra on it from previous activities or anything. Then he sets up his table back there, puts his models on it. He has little strategy board, his Hot Wheels for the race games. Whatever game he's playing, he gets it all set up so that he can take the camera over there and show people where we are in the game in case they just jumped onto the chat or whatever, and he doesn't have to say it, but he can show it like, here's where we are, here's where we were, we paused the game, but this is where we're going. Okay, let's come back over here. But he's not just doing this randomly. He's already had his meal time set up. This is gaming time. He's set it up for no more than 3 hours, usually less, but sometimes 3 hours. And he'll have an extra hour or two for the setup. If it comes to 5 hours, it's because he took several 15-minute breaks to take care of his dogs or eat food. He never just leaves the camera watching the background, but he changes it to his pre-setup. Please wait. Bacon Snacks will be back in 15 minutes. But he also has diagrams and maps on his wall so that he can keep track of where he is in the game, pick back up, and then when he's done gaming for the day, he puts it away. Everything is saved both on the video game and on his diagrams and models, and he can put it in a box, he can put it away, get back to the rest of his life, get the gaming stuff off his desk, and put whatever else he needs, his music video prep for Heartbuilt, so that he can continue playing his Heartbuilt game. But that's Bacon Snacks falsify this gaming experience.
So the physical aspect was setting up like a real-life counterpart to the game?
Being intentional about it.
All right, Sean, let me hear yours.
So gaming is often associated with sedentary people and unhealthy people. One of the ways that we can combat this, because unfortunately it happens, it is real, take a break every 30 minutes. And this is really helpful to, get up, just walk around, get your blood flowing again, and a time to rest your mind from the game so you can come back at it again with a fresh enjoyment of it. And another thing you can do is add healthy snacks and replace your energy drink and freaking Doritos with some lemonade and lettuce.
What? What just happened? What?
Sean is...
What?
Sean is glitching. He was just like, eat a healthy go lettuce. What happened?
You literally went, eat a healthy snack. Lettuce!
You have my attention now.
You have been pausing and jumping a lot.
All right. So after you replace your energy drink and Doritos with lemonade and carrots or lettuce, you can check and make sure that you have good posture by programming a program to tell you every now and then at random intervals to posture check or hydration check or hunger check or all of these
Oh, you mean like your chat?
Yeah, like your stream chat, but healthier. And then
Sean, continue.
Okay, so one of the things that you can also do to make sure you having a good experience while you're gaming is don't always sit, stand up, move around, do a little dancey dance, and then you can have a knee cushion, which I've seen people do. It's very nice if you want to have, if you want to be straight posturally, and other than that, that is not it, but it's all I can come up with.
Confidence?
I am confident.
Okay, nice. Am I hearing that right? Oh, this just in. We have the final points total. Do either of you have any last words you want to give in?
Yeah, this has been a pleasure.
Not at the same time.
This has been a pleasant gaming experience for me, whether I win or not. Like, it was getting into here and playing Gamify This with each other that I was really looking forward to. It was kind of a rough one for me. I felt like it was way too slow and my attention span was all over the place. I couldn't quite tell if we really made memorable games that I would have fun making a picture of, but for the cover art. But I enjoyed doing this again, setting up a new background in our new duplex, and getting to hang out with Puzzle and Sean. And I look back on it and remember.
First episode we recorded in the new house. All right, Sean, your rebuttal.
Would you like to see my rebuttal?
I would love to see your rebuttal.
I believe that all of this was very good, and I am confident that I will win, but if I don't, I'm gonna be okay with that, because this does not define me.
Drumroll, please. The winner of this episode with 27 points is Samuel. Will everyone give a big round of applause for Samuel?
Thank you, Captain. I accept your congratulations. This happened the first time too.
Yep. Samuel had 27 points. Sean had 26 points.
Oh wow!
What? How many Sean have?
so
26.
26, yeah. You won by 1 point. First round, I gave points based on small talk, time management, mental, emotional, social, and that's it.
So small talk was the one I missed probably because I have no idea what that is.
Small talk is just the whole before episode talk.
Oh
period.
yeah. I always know that too.
Okay.
And then the second round, I had time management, physical, and other as a point.
Oh, I included time management as a game point in Falsify This.
All right, well, Samuel is this week's winner.
That either means I am going to host the next one or I get to pick the host for the next one, is Sean's idea about how we do this.
The host has all the power.
The host is with the
host
mostest. I liked it at first time it said it gets to be crowned the host for the next episode. I wanted to make a crown that's like gaming related, like all pixely or something. Bloop bloop. I have it now.
Congratulations, Samuel, for your win. We are looking forward to you hosting next time. We'll no doubt have a very fun subject. Scrappy is currently having a panic attack, so we will tend to him after this episode ends.
I bet they're pretty surprised Scrappy's still here because you were talking about me getting rid of him in the last Gamify This episode, which was years ago.
Oh yeah, right.
I hope you, the audience, have found a new solution for gamifying your life. That is our goal every episode. Hopefully this one has been no different. And follow Samuel, the winner, at Bacon Snacks on Twitch.
Oh, okay. That's funny because we never introduced me as Bacon Snack.
Santa Claus Tuner on Instagram, and Moser Meadows Records on YouTube. Follow 10 Tiny Potatoes on YouTube and Twitch. Follow me, Puzzle MTM, on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, everything else. And as we always say at the end of these episodes,
Game over. Next time on Gamify This, we're diving into a high-stakes game where influence is key, alliances are everything, and the players are after the ultimate prize. Imagine a system where you can level up based on your decisions. But be careful, one wrong move and you might lose more than just points. Find out what happens when the game you're playing affects the world around you. Gamify This is for entertainment purposes only. Please don't attempt to level up in your actual life based on our advice. We're not responsible for any failed side quests, real-world alliances gone wrong, or your sudden obsession with collecting imaginary badges. Reality has no reset button.